WMM stands for I Want My Mummy, and that's what my daughter was saying when we were separated.
Zoe Dronfield campaigns to make the court system less traumatic for domestic abuse survivors after suffering horrific abuse herself at the hands of an ex-partner who's now in jail.
I had a cracked eye socket, broken nose in 2 places, stab wound to the neck, which was, if it was 1 millimetre from my jugular, I'd have only had 4 minutes to live if they'd caught that artery.
She believes the fear of being cross-examined by abusive partners stacks the odds against mothers fighting for custody of their children in family courts.
Even the thought of being cross-examined by an ex-abusive partner, many women don't even go to court because they just can't, you know, it could potentially be their rapist, you know, and they're not going to want to stand there and be subjected to that. It just is all weighted for the abuser.
The government's long-delayed domestic abuse bill for England and Wales aims to change that. As well as banning the cross-examination of victims by their abusers in the family courts, the bill expands the government definition of domestic abuse to include financial control and manipulative, non-physical abuse. A domestic abuse commissioner will be appointed and new protection orders introduced to help safeguard victims and place restrictions on offenders.
Home should be a place of love and safety, and we know that for 2 million people across the country that is not the case. So this bill defines domestic abuse, it sets out what we want to achieve to help victims seek help and to support them through the court system.
Last year we were granted rare access to a women's refuge, which like many others is facing an uncertain future because of changes to the way they're funded. Jess Phillips, who campaigns on the issue, believes the government's promises must be matched by money.
To put in an additional 8 million or 8.5 million is simply putting your finger in the dam. There needs to be not just new laws, not just new orders, there needs to be proper resources for our police forces. There needs to be a readdressing of the balance of the cutting of our local authority budgets where 99% of refuge accommodation is funded.
Almost 2 years ago, the Prime Minister promised tackling domestic abuse was a personal priority. Campaigners hope she's not going to miss this moment to prove that really is the case. Romilly Weeks, ITV News.